Okay.
All right, so this is Team 8, and our tech tip is Kahoot. And so let me just share my screen real quick. So here's our PowerPoint real quick. And you can see it's by Emily, Mason, Nina, and myself. And we selected Kahoot because we're all really familiar with the platform and we've had it in previous courses. And we also know that it's a great tool to use in the classroom to get students involved in a fun way to review class material. Teachers can integrate Kahoot into the classroom for 3 different ways: for student learning, instruction, and organizational ways in the class environment. So for student learning, the teacher can assess student understanding through quiz games, uses students' competitive nature in a relaxed and fun manner. Let me just move the Zoom thing real quick so I can see everything. And then for instruction, review of class material, warm up the class with a game, and then for organization of class environment, gives you a report of what questions students missed, which allows teachers to focus on the needs of individual students, and then use results of game to organize students into small groups based on game scores. Kahoot accessibility in the classroom. So one thing that we all really love about Kahoot is how accessible and how many platforms we can use Kahoot for. So you can see here that we can use it on iOS, Android, PC, or tablet, which really gives a lot of variety for how students can access Kahoot. And then here we talk a little bit about the student privacy with Kahoot. So if a student's just playing the game, then using a join code, then the Kahoot doesn't require you to then excuse me. So if you're just playing the game, then and using a join code, a Kahoot account doesn't need to be created, and therefore no student data is collected. If students are required to make an account and create their own Kahoot games, email addresses, date of birth, school, username, and password are collected by Kahoot. This creates an adult account, and an adult account is considered to be anyone over the age of 13. Kahoot complies with EU General Data Protection Regulation, GDPR, which means that if Kahoot has specific security measures in place to protect user information. These security measures can be found on the next slide. So here's a little bit more about the student privacy for Kahoot. And there's several layers of security measures. For instance, technical and organizational measures are in place to ensure an appropriate level of security and data integrity for the data we process, such as encryption, penetration testing, password protection, secure socket layer, and more. Measures are in place to ensure timely and effective notification in case of a data breach. Kahoot enters into written contracts with all of our sub-processors, imposing the same level of security and data protection obligations that are undertaken by Kahoot. Access to personal data is provided on a need-to-know basis, and all employees are subject to a duty of confidentiality. Mandatory security, awareness, and privacy training is all provided annually. So that's a little bit about Kahoot, just a little bit of a summary. And next, Mason will be able to take it away and say a little bit more about Kahoot.
All right, so I'm going to actually just go over the website as it is and give some details about the website itself. So this is the website and what most people know Kahoot as. So you put your game code in here. This is what students will see, and they can join the game from here. But for the teachers and the things that our future educators will need, you'll go to Kahoot.com. And here you can see this is just a big, broad news section where they have a bunch of news about Kahoot and any thing that relates to Kahoot in any way, shape, or form. And there's a couple other tabs here that relate to it as well. But what we need is the login specifically. So you go to the login up top, and then it'll take, oh gosh. Okay, there we go. Yeah, so this is important. You can use the free version and you get most of the basic things that you actually need to have a Kahoot. And then there's also these monthly things that you can have, and you can start with free trials or whatever. But for this, we're just going to go with the free trial or the free membership. And then you get here, you can add your school information, whatever you need. I'm not going to do that just because I want to wait for that. And then there's a couple of tabs up top that you can go through. This home tab is a lot like the news tab, but it has a couple other things. You can see right here, this is where your Kahoots that you have made would be. I have not made and published a Kahoot, therefore I have none there. Your collection, so any Kahoot collections that you have saved would be posted right here. If you have any challenges for your students, those challenges would be here. And then the latest reports for the grades that the students got in the Kahoot, how many they got right and wrong, would be posted here. The Discover tab is actually pretty cool because it gives a very broad spectrum of any sort of Kahoot that you want to find online. They can be fun ones that Marvel, Disney, all these tabs, math, science, language arts, social studies, things you would really need for school purposes, general knowledge. And then when you go to the library here, any of them that you really like, you can put right here in your favorites, and anything you can save them and have them here. Any of your recent, so any recent Kahoots that you've had or have used would be in this. If you have any drafts posted, they would be here. I made a draft, therefore it is right here. Any Kahoots that are shared with you would be in this tab here. You go to the reports. If you have any Kahoots that you have hosted yourself, and the scores will be posted here for you to look at to see how your students did. And you can make a group with the free version. You can make up to 2 groups, I believe. And our group is right here. And you can click into your group and see that there is already a Kahoot right here. And I'm going to let Emily go ahead and describe how to really make a Kahoot.
Okay, so this is going to be part of your guys' assessment. You're going to be creating your own Kahoot. So let me share my screen. So to begin, you're going to hit create in the top right corner. It's a blue button. And then you're going to hit create again. And now you're basically going to fill out all the blank fields. So you can start by typing your question. I'm going to do, let's see, what class are you in right now? So right now we are in instructional technology. Another class could be math, another class could be English, and our 4th class can be science. So you're going to check the correct answer by doing this, and it'll be a green check mark in the corner. And then you can also upload an image from your computer, or you can use Kahoot's image library to find a photo. All the free categories are off on the left side. If you see the orange crown in like the top corner of a picture, it means you can't use it since you are using the free version. But you can scroll through all these categories and pick a picture. So let's go for people, and we'll pick a photo. This one looks good. So then if you look at the right column over here, you're going to look at the question type, the time limit, the points, the answer options, and the image reveal. So for this type of question, it's going to be the quiz where you have 4 answer choices. It's like a multiple choice question. But there's also true and false, and then you can type answers, do puzzles. However, these are all only available if you pay for Kahoot. So just the quiz and true and false options are for the free version, which is totally fine. And then you can also change the time limit. I'll make this one 30 seconds, so students would have 30 seconds to answer the question. And then points, you can pretty much keep as standard unless you have like a special question you want it to be double points, or you can make questions no points. And then answer options would be single select, since that's the only free option we have. And then same with the image reveal, the only free option is the original. And then I'll just add one more question so you guys can see what a true and false one looks like. And then the question can be, my name is Emily. So obviously that is true. So you're going to check that answer, and then you can upload an image. Let's do science one. That looks pretty cool. So Like I said, the question type is going to be true and false, and then the time limit for this one can be a minute. And then you're going to keep the point standard, and then the image reveal is going to be original. So then you're going to go up to the left corner, and you're going to enter a Kahoot title. And you can pretty much name it whatever you want. For this, I'll do Team 8 Tech Tip Demonstration. And then you can add a description if you want. I'm not going to, just to save time. And then it's going to want to save it to My Kahoots, so you don't even need to change this. And then you can change the cover image if you want to, or you can leave it. I'm just going to leave it. And then we're going to do English language for today. And then you're going to click done. Okay, give it a second. Okay, and then you're going to hit done in the top right corner again. So you can test the Kahoot, play it now if you'd like, or you can just click done, which is what we're going to do for now. And then this is going to bring you straight to your library. So I've made a bunch of Kahoots, as you can see. But for class today, I'm going to use the Team 8 Tech Tip demonstration. So you can either hit play and then just, if we were in class, we'd ask you for the join code. So you'd hit teach. And then you'd hit, you'd hit the classic game version. And then it's going to load a Kahoot game pin for you. So if you had students in class, you would ask them to go onto kahoot.it and then enter that game code. Or for our purposes, give me 1 second. You can also go onto groups. And if you want to share your Kahoot with us, we would greatly appreciate it. So you can hit create a group and you can name it. We'll do tech tip. You can hit create. And then you can invite members. So you can invite us using our email addresses. We can put our emails in the Blackboard message we'll send out. So for now, I'll just do an example using Nina's email at go.stockton.edu. So her email will come up, and then you can hit invite. And then you can hit close. And then you can add the Kahoot that you just made. So you're going to want to do that. I'll pick the one I just made. You can click share, and then we should receive an email that lets us look at your Kahoot. And then now it's just going to explain our assessment to you guys one more time, so you can have it in writing, and yeah.
Okay, so now I'm going to explain the assessment. Let me just share my screen. So what you're going to do is you're going to log into your Kahoot account, click create in the top right corner of your home screen, create a 5-question quiz on any topic, and try to use different questions, the original questions and the true and false. When you're done, click done at the top right corner. And once you click done, it's going to bring you back to the home screen, and in Find My Kahoot, you're going to go to My Kahoots on the right side of your screen and click the Kahoot you just created. Once your Kahoot is pulled up, click the play button and then click teach. Pick the classic game mode and then type your game code in the, the messages on Blackboard, and then to be played in the class. And then another option is to create a group and share your Kahoot with us. This would be the option that we would prefer. You could do this in the groups tab and click create a group, and then invite Emily and I to your group using our emails, and upload your Kahoot to this group. And then I'll put our emails in the Blackboard Messenger.